In a world with normal RTS games, there comes the extraordinary. Wait, extraordinary. Extraordinary! Your favorite game and mine. The one, the only Age of Empires Online. Released on August 16th, 2011 as
the biggest Age of Empires game ever,
and the fourth installment in the hugely popular Age of Empires series. Age of Empires Online was developed by Robot Entertainment and Gas Powered Games, as well as published by Microsoft. On March the 27th, 2012, Age of Empires Online was released on Steam. Later, on January the 3rd, 2013, Microsoft ceased further development on the game, flushing down the drain the Romans and new civilization that was being developed. September 2013, it is announced that Age of Empires Online will be shutting its doors forever as of July the 1st, 2014. Welcome, developers, moderators, balancers, community team members, PvP, and PvEers, to the funeral of Age of Empires Online. Now, we are here today to mourn the loss of the beloved Age of Empires Online. This great friend of ours passed away July the 1st, 2014. I wanted to look back on Age of Empires Online's amazing legacy and celebrate with all of you the great things about Age of Empires Online, what made it so good, what set it apart, and in the end, I hope to give you an answer to the question, what was Age of Empires Online? So let us begin. So, starting right off, what was Age of Empires Online? Age of Empires Online was its art style. Some people may say that the game looks cartoony, but to all of us who know and love Age of Empires Online, we see it for what it truly is, a fun, entertaining, vivid, colorful art style that is appealing, it sets it apart, and makes it unique. Age of Empires Online was the capital city. Separate from the war we waged on our enemies, it was a place to show your creative side and city planning with what seemed like endless blueprints with millions of possible design choices. Here are a few that I quite enjoyed. Changing up the appearance of your capital city was not the only thing you could change the appearance of, or the only thing that you could do in your capital city, which brings us to our next couple of points. Age of Empires Online was gear. Uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary gear. You could equip each and every unit with gear from your capital city, which changed all types of stats, from damage to movement speed, health and gathering rates, all to give you an edge against your enemy in battle. But I haven't even talked about vanity gear yet. Do you want to change your guys into snowmen? What about wizards? All can be done with vanity gear. Not to mention the fact that even regular gear changed your guys into looking like awesome warriors. Check out my Persians over here. I'm pretty proud of them. Who doesn't love that Immortal's helmet? Age of Empires Online was crafting. Using the resources found in chests, given as a reward for completing quests, or created in workshops. You could create gear and consumables from a total of 7 possible schools in your capital city. Age of Empires Online was consumables. Though they were a bit cheap, they helped us in many difficult quests. There is something to be said when you're able to summon 12 villagers right at the start of a quest, or manifest a huge army for free to defend your base in times of need or to beat a quest extra fast. Age of Empires Online was... Age of Empires Online was... I feel like I'm missing something huge. Something incredibly important. Something right there in front of my face. But what could it be? What could it be? How could I forget? Age of Empires Online was the Greeks, the Egyptians, the Persians, the Celts, the Babylonian, and finally, the Norse. These are the 6 incredibly different civilizations of Age of Empires Online, each with their own special features and units. The Greeks with their powerful Toxote, Hoplite, strong ballista in their academy. They had an extremely pop-efficient army and were the definition of scary in Age 4. The Egyptians, with the Priestess of Ra to empower buildings, the incredible and first stable combo consisting of camel riders and chariot archers, and the building destroying, siege crushing, area damage dealing, highest HP unit, the war elephant. Nothing stood in the Egyptians' way. Except for the Persians, of course, with their powerful spearmen, war wagons, A-10 Asabar and Cataphracts, and the Immortals with both range and melee attack. The Celts with their strong infantry force of woe raiders, long swordsmen, and the amazingly named champions, backed by the great slinger druid ball and augurs, not to mention the gold mine and the sacred deer. The Babylonians with their, wait for it, you guessed it, gardens. Not what you were expecting? What about ox carts? No, that's not it. It's the borderline OP Lancer Mountain Archer combo. And finally, the Norse, with their forward-building infantry, which contains the versatile throwing axemen and the powerful berserkers, as well as the long houses and the fantastic one-pop raiders. Now, we weren't just sitting in our capital cities doing nothing. Age of Empires Online was questing. We all started with quests from one of the 3 unique quest lines of the Greeks, Celts, or Egyptians, then moved on to the Argos quest line, and finally the 12 Kingdoms quests. As we got better and better, these simple quests weren't good enough, so we wanted more and more challenging quests, such as legendary recapturing Marion, unstoppable skirmish hall, or the impossible defensive creep. From the water battles on Coastal, to the spearman rushes on Oasis, the huge struggle for food on Mountain Crossing, to the epic late games and economic booms of Arabia. Age of Empires Online was PvP. Now, to the majority of us, PvP was not our first priority. We did quests long before we took PvP seriously, but when we did start playing PvP, we never looked back. The PvP in AOE Online was so skill-based, micro-intensive, and fast-paced. It was my favorite thing to do in Age of Empires Online. So many different builds to do, 6 different civs to choose from, each with their own unique PvP attributes and map variants. Each game brought with it a new and exciting encounter and battles that never once got old. I have watched and played in countless of numbers of PvP matches, and none, I mean none, are ever the same. Age of Empires Online was its music. Given the game such character, it has been playing since the 3-minute mark of this video, and it has to be some of the best music I have ever heard, period. This song is my personal favorite. Community. A feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attributes, interests, and goals. Age of Empires Online was its community. No matter what level of skill you were at, the weekly community challenges brought everyone together. The people who played this game were so amazing, and it was hard to say that you have played this game and have not made at least a couple of friends. Now I just want to thank a bunch of people. Thanks to all the YouTubers who recorded games, quests, and everything in between. You promoted the game and made it grow. That thanks is especially directed towards the Woody Shi channel and the official Age of Empires channel. Without them, I probably would have stopped playing Age of Empires Online a little while back. Thanks to all the top level players. You know who you guys are. Because you gave us all a goal to strive towards. Thanks to all the developers, the bouncers, and everyone else for, as PF2K said in the final stream, for making the best RTS game I have ever played. Time for the big 3 awards of the night. King of Age of Empires Online goes to the Mista. Congratulations. MVP and winner of the final Age of Empires Online Invitational Tournament, Troll Hercules. Congratulations. And our last award, and I dare to say the greatest honor ever bestowed on a mere mortal, the face of Age of Empires Online, goes to I Am Prez Steve. Congratulations, you deserve it. Now, this game is done forever, and I hope that does not give you anxiety. I have one last comment to say. GG no re, AOEO, RIP. It has been an absolute pleasure making this video, and an absolute pleasure playing the game and playing with all of you. I'm sure I'll see you guys all in the next Age game, but until then, good game. Look at this witchcraft, guys. These priests are changing animals magically. I'm really confused by it, actually. How can a gazelle turn into a freaking human? It makes absolutely no sense. So, yes, that's really, really, really weird.